So today I wanted to do a video talking about the Black Ops 6 Zombies super Easter egg possibly coming inside of the game in the near future. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. If you want to unlock the brand new Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula camos inside of Black Ops 6, check out Midge Cactus. They're the biggest and most reliable in Call of Duty, which will help you grind out weekly events, camos, and unlocks completely legitimately for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Code SPAZO for 5% off. So today we have some pretty interesting topics to talk about inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. This is another continuation of kind of just a commentating video talking about the future updates inside of the game. Again, I want your guys' full thoughts in the comment section below about what do you guys think about the topics we do discuss today, what your ideas are, or what your opinion could be, whether they are good or bad. But this is definitely going to be pretty interesting. So real quick, I do just want to take a moment and thank you guys for all the support here on the channel. Right now, Zombies is there's not really much to do. That's something that we haven't really covered. There's a little bit here and there, but I do just want to thank you guys so much for the support on the channel recently. It definitely means a lot. So the talks of a super Easter egg inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies is actually possible, and it did actually happen according to detonated.com over there on Twitter. Shout out to those guys, they are awesome. If you guys want any up-to-date Call of Duty news, go check them out over there. But they did recently make a tweet a few days ago talking about the Black Ops 6 Zombies is super Easter egg, and how in a recent Call of Duty Recon meeting they were discussing it, and they did note it down, saying that it could be a possibility. Now the community is kind of enraged by this because that isn't really all it says. It says that a possible camo reward for completing all the Easter eggs could be a thing. Now, although a camo could seem pretty cool, I definitely am not on the side of agreeing that that would be a good reward for a super Easter egg. If you guys don't really know what a super Easter egg is, they had one in Infinite Warfare. They kind of had one in Black Ops 3. I like to relate to Infinite Warfare super Easter egg a little bit more for kind of the example. But basically, say you have 4 maps. You go in every map and you complete every Easter egg in each map. And then on the final map, you have a super Easter egg boss fight. So it's a lot harder. It's, super challenging. But in the end, when you beat it, you get a special reward, whether it's a blueprint, or you get a camo, or you get every game you start with a perkaholic. There has been these in a few Call of Duty titles, again, like Infinite Warfare has. Now, I remember in Infinite Warfare we had, I think it was Willard Weiler. Once we beat it, we actually got to play as like the bad guy in Zombies. I guess that's the best way I could explain it. We would start with like 25k points, all the perks, and like a melee weapon that would melee to like round 20 something. It was awesome. So when you think of that and you relate to a camo, I mean, that wouldn't really be a suitable reward, I don't think. And I really think a lot of people are kind of angry about this, which I do see a lot of people kind of talking about it. Now, Black Ops 6 definitely should get a super Easter egg. I remember in Black Ops 3, they did one where you started out with the RK5. Now, the RK5 was a burst pistol, so every game you would start with the regular starting pistol, then you would start with also the RK5, so you'd basically start with 2 weapons. Now, with Black Ops 6's super Easter egg, there's so many rewards they could pick from, whether it could be you get a operator, you start with 10k essence, and maybe you get a camo, right? I don't think just a camo would be suitable. One thing I was thinking about earlier before I started making this video was they could actually do something to where like every single game, your starting weapon, you start and it's like epic, legendary, right? Definitely not rare. That would kind of be lame. There wouldn't really be a point to doing that. But if you could start every game at least epic rarity on your weapon, on your starting weapon, that would be kind of sick. Or even legendary rarity. I think legendary would be dope, but I don't know if I'd be asking for too much at that point. And then they could do something to where maybe you start with 10k essence and all your perks. I think then that would be suitable. And even also a camo. The thing about super Easter eggs in the game is you guys might be sitting there not knowing what really a super Easter egg is, but it actually is extremely challenging, and not necessarily just challenging, but time consuming. I mean, think about Liberty Falls, Terminus, Citadel, the Tomb, and Shattered Vale, plus say if Janus Towers is the final zombie map, you would have to go and complete every single Easter egg on all of those maps, then have to go to the final map and complete that Easter egg, and then complete the final super boss fight to get the reward. So it definitely can't be no damn blue tiger camo. Like, no, it wouldn't be worth it at that point. And I think a lot of people are understanding this, but it is good that they noted this down, that it is quite a possibility to be coming in the near future in Black Ops 6 Zombies. And I really feel like that will be a very, very good kind of update. Even just to remotely say like, hey, we're going to have a super Easter egg coming out in Season 5. I think that would bring kind of the community a little bit together. Now, there's also kind of the bad side of things. You know, a lot of updates in Black Ops 6 Zombies have kind of been more on the minimum side. Like, the very least they can give you, they will give you. So it's kind of hard to be like, you know what, I really think they're going to drop all this stuff. They very much could. But if you really do just go from recent things, chances are it'll be a boring camo. Now, although it's cool, I appreciate, you know, the reward, but in the end, if it's just a camo, it isn't even worth it. It isn't. You know, there's no point to do it. I would rather get something else, right? If it's super cool and you get a ton of stuff, then it would be pretty nice. But the thing also about super Easter eggs is they can't really release that till kind of the end of the COD's life cycle, because if you think about it, if they release a super Easter egg right now and they still were going to have 2 more maps, but you could complete this Easter egg, then you could just start every game with, say, maximum items. If they did kind of like the ideas I was talking about earlier, you would just get bored extremely quick, and I don't really think many people would want that, right? And I don't think they would want that either. They want you to play their game as long as humanly possible. So it's definitely interesting as the idea of this super Easter egg being inside of Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let me know in the comments section, what do you guys think? What ideas do you guys have that they could do in the game? What things do you guys think they could implement to make this pretty cool? I know there's so many, you know, but who knows? Maybe we'll see something good. Maybe we'll never even see a super Easter egg inside of Black Ops 6. Genuinely would be super disappointing is if they dropped like a super Easter egg and the reward was like a calling card. The kind of modern zombies gives me that vibe that that's what would happen in the game. I really hope that wouldn't be, but a lot of times it seems like the rewards we get that are super supposed to be sick kind of end up being like calling cards. Just something kind of mediocre. But I always kind of do have that hope for them to actually do something pretty sweet. But, you know, a lot of times lately, it hasn't been going that sweet. I can really, truly be honest. And I have been a Treyarch D-Writer for the past, like, 2 years, just telling everybody, like, hey, even in MWZ, Treyarch's badass. So hopefully they kind of come and do that. Now, also, I don't want to make this video too long, but they did fix a few bugs. I just kind of wanted to update you guys a little bit on these bugs. Is that when PhD, if you saved and quit, you would lose the actual PhD slider augment when you join back to your save. That is now fixed. Now, they haven't fixed the reactive armor on Jug, so just keep that in mind. They still have not fixed that. They nerfed the drill charge a little bit with Free Fire Gobblegum, but it is still OP. You can still pretty much just delete a boss in just a few seconds with it. So feel free to use that as well to complete these Easter eggs, just in case a super Easter egg drops. They also fixed some other perks and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they buffed Frost Blast, just a little minor update. Season 4 is on the horizon, so they're not really going to do much till then. But I didn't really want to make this video, you know, 20 minutes long just talking about nonsense. So let me know what you guys think about in the comments about a super Easter egg coming to Black Ops 6 Zombies. Let me know your guys' thoughts on what could the rewards be. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.